What is good, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? It's your boy Foxy. Welcome back to the Fox's Den. Getting into some more reactions. We're starting with Heavenly Delusion. New episode just dropped today, Saturday, episode 7. I've been really enjoying the show, man. It's a mind fuck, bro. It is messing with your mind. You're trying to think of every little possibility of what could be what, this and that, and trying to figure all this stuff out with not really getting the full answers to things right away. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it makes you think and wants you to figure stuff out for yourself slowly but surely throughout the show. The only real, I guess, information or stuff that we've gotten fed to us straight to the point was just how Haruki ended up in the position that he's in now, and with his sister and you know, being transferred into his body and what, or her body, and then, you know, kind of meeting Maru and whatnot. But just, that's pretty much all we've gotten that we know for sure. Like, okay, this is Haruki, you know what I'm saying, instead of Kiriko. You know, it is her body and whatnot, but it's him inside of her, you know, mind, soul, whatever it is. That's how, I don't know how exactly how it works, but that's like the only thing that we've really gotten like keen like information on. The rest of the stuff is pretty much just like being thrown on the screen, and you got to brainstorm and think about like what this could mean and what was really going on here. And so last episode, Haruki and Maru went to go check out this 100% safe water place on this map that they got. And so sure enough, on the map that they got, some of the things might be legit and some of the things could be traps or, you know, whatever, because the person that sold them the map, obviously, you know, he was in on it, and they were trying to get him in that one location where it kind of traps them and then steal all their shit or whatever they wanted to do with them. But sure enough, they go to that place. They fucking get into a fight with a bear. It's just a regular old bear, but at first they think it's a man-eater, and they have quite the time with that. And that's pretty much most of the episode. We dealt mainly with Maru and Haruki last episode. But we did see a little bit more of the Heaven place, and I've been mentioning that I still think it's one timeline that both of these places are in instead of past and, you know, present. Present being Haruki and Maru, and then the past being this place where we see all these kids and whatnot. Because the biggest thing that I've been saying that is keeping me on the one timeline thing is that Maru is a boy, Tokyo is a girl. They look very similar, especially when Maru was younger. And also this girl that he just met that kind of like tried to seduce him and was like looking to get something out of seducing him last episode in this hotel, she apparently has man-eater properties, so she could be very well be like similar as of a kid to Maru and these other kids that are in this Heaven place. And it makes me beg the question, why don't you, if you are from that place, or you're related to, maybe you're related to somebody. I didn't think of that. That's one thing I didn't think of, is that maybe you are related, like maybe you are a kid of those kids. And that would make sense if that was a past timeline, you know what I'm saying? Like maybe, like, you know, since Maru looks so much like Tokyo, maybe Tokyo is Maru's mom. That would make sense if it's a past timeline, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, they're all experimenting with sex. They're in their young teenage years where they're interested in that kind of thing. Who knows if they're using protection? And it seems like the AI or the computers in that place are influencing a lot of these kids' decisions, and kind of the one that is feeding them this information, because all the researchers are like, I wonder where they learned this stuff from. And they don't even really, they're not even aware that they're actually having like sex, you know what I'm saying? Like, because they see these two girls, for example, they're always kissing out in the, you know, the courtyard or whatever. And that was in one episode where in the monitor room, they're paying attention. They're like, I wonder what brought them to do that. Like, we never taught them that, and they don't have any prior knowledge of it. So it's definitely showing us that this AI or the robots in this place are kind of influencing what the children want to do, or we don't really know the goal of that for right now either. I don't know. We can't tell if it's malicious or if it's, but it's definitely being influenced, because they wouldn't be changing the video footage for the monitor room otherwise. It's literally fake footage that they're feeding the monitor room, because we saw at the end of the last episode of the end credit, Tokyo gets up out of bed. On the camera, she's in bed. She walks out the door in the hallway. On the camera, no door opens. They go check Kona's room. He's asleep. On the camera, he's asleep, you know what I'm saying? But really, he's taking his clothes off, and they're about to have their fun. So I don't know why the robots or AI or whoever is, you know, in control of that, you know what I'm saying, all the technology in this place, but they are influencing this stuff for a reason. We just don't know why yet. So that is one thing that I didn't think of last episode, or the other times that we've discussed, is that this very well could be you know, kids in the past that had kids, and so since they had kids, this is why their kids have special properties, like, or special powers. Like Maru, for example, maybe he inherited something from Kona and Tokyo. I don't know. That could be the case, but then again, like I said, I'm pretty much more leaning on it being one timeline. But if it is a past time, if they are separate, if it's two different timelines, then that's the reason why it would be, is because, you know, Maru is like Tokyo's son or some shit, and then like these kids that are in this heaven place, they ended up having kids. That makes more sense for the separate timeline argument. But for now, I'm sticking with the single timeline, and that's pretty much where my thoughts are thus far. And so that's pretty much all we saw last episode with the heaven place. It's just like Kona and Tokyo kind of, you know, having their fun together and expressing their feelings for each other and whatnot, and seeing the cameras not actually showing what is happening, and then also her being told by the robots, because like I also said, if the AI and the robots are already feeding fake footage and showing the researchers what they want them to see, then they also could be telling them what they want to tell them, which means if the robot was like, oh yeah, you're not sick, you just have fatigue, so is Tokyo actually sick? And the robot's just like, oh, she don't need to know. You know what I'm saying? Like, because we're already seeing that the robot or the AI, whatever, might have their own agenda that they're keeping from everybody else. So who knows? Maybe Tokyo is sick. That is a possibility. Now that we see that they're in control of the cameras and they're showing them what they want to show them, so it's very possible. And then she pretty much had a nap, and in that nap she had a dream. I don't know if it was just a dream or it could have been a vision, but she saw Asura, and Asura basically was levitating above her and was like, "What are you good at, Tokyo?" And that's all she said. And then the shit started crawling up her body, and that's when she woke up, because it was very creepy, obviously. So who knows what's going on there? And then other than that, we pretty much all we saw was just, you know, it was mainly focused around Kiriko or Haruki and Maru fighting the bear, and then realizing that the map isn't as safe as it, you know, seems, and then dealing with that girl and that funny ass situation. So that was pretty much last episode. That's my thoughts so far. Let's get into the episode. I'm very excited to see where we go from here. I feel like I just watched this shit. Like, I feel like maybe it's because I just uploaded it like a couple days ago. Like, I'm uploading it in the middle of the week now. That's probably why. It's because I feel like I just watched this episode. But anyways, let's get into it. Hope you guys enjoyed. If y'all do, please leave a like down below. Comment. Let me know what you guys think. Subscribe if you're new, and hit that notification bell so you know when the next one's dropping. Let's get into it. Heavenly Delusion, episode 7. Okay, opening right away. I like that. Getting straight to new content after this. Oh man, I wish you guys could feel what I feel every time I hear that opening, bro. That opening actually gives me goosebumps every time because of that chorus to the end. Like, that shit is so good. We kill man-eaters?
僕が人を食い殺しますみたいになっちゃって、実際殺人事件が起きた時、疑われて人が詰めかけたんだよ。
Oh my god!
人は自分が理解できないものにやたら攻撃的になるからな。裏側に書き直しだ。
ついでに呼び方もっとわかりやすくした方がいいよ。
So are they kind of trying to, I guess, monetize or make their what they do more of a like job, a service for people? Like, hey, we kill man-eaters. We'll do it for you if you need to. 2 million yen each. Yeah, they're trying to make money off this shit.
これで誰かが食いついてくれるといいんだけど、静かなのでは絞り込めんよ。
So wait, are they near? From what she just said, I'm pretty sure they're in the area of that immortal order place or whatever that guy from the boat was talking about.
神妙な顔して何考えてんの？ホテル王のこと？黙ってるとびっくりするぐらい美形なのに、喋ると本当にダメだね。
待って、もう一回やる。 はい。
ああ、もう全然違うわ。
待って、もう一回だけ。
ダメです。はい、終わり。
Bro, they're so fucking cute, bro. Like, they might as well be a couple already. And I feel like Haruki is low key, you know, feeling some type of way for Maru because they're, you know, she held his hand last episode and she doesn't want to be alone again. That's for sure. Or he, however you want to look at it. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? Okay, so these people are paying attention to Maru and Haruki from afar. Nah, this is the doctor. Bro, what is this? What if this is the doctor that they're looking that Yuriko's looking for? Bro, this is the first like new thing. Oh my god, bro, this is actually insane. Stop human experiments, free the patients. Interesting.
僕たち不滅教団に用があってきたんだけど、昔の知り合いでね。
宇佐美医師ではありません。
Okay, so they're completely different.
新しく来た医者かもしれん。
あなたたちは不滅教団の人では。
違う。
あれさっきの二人どこだ？
見失っちまったね。
Wait, so other people came to look for them.
我々は不滅教団のやり方に反対する同志。リビュー。
代表の水橋です。
そもそも不滅教団が何なのか知らずに来てるんだ。
Yeah, exactly.
セリョインかなんかか？
表向きはセリョインということになっていますが、ご覧ください。今もあちこちから教団を頼ってきた怪我人に対し、体の一部を機械に置き換えるという悪魔の治療が行われています。不滅教団とはそういうところです。
Interesting. But for what reason? Why would that be? Why would that benefit the Immortal Order at all?
崩壊以前から悪くなった体の一部を機械で補うことはありました。倫理的な観点からそう思い切ったことはやれなかったもんですが、今はなんせ無法ですから。
際限なく研究するやつもいれば。
Okay, so because this place is lawless now and they have no one to enforce that they can't do that stuff otherwise, people are actually experimenting as much as they can.
のやり方にまで口を出すことかと。しかし、私は見てしまったのです。彼らのおぞましい実態を。
Show us.
その天外の中にあったのは体中を切り刻まれ、もはや生きていられるはずもない姿でおびただしい数の機械によって生かされ続けている人間。私の気配に気づいたそれは私にこう言ったのです。
Bro, that is creepy as fuck.
その人間の尊厳を踏みにじった機械の塊を連中は偶像として崇拝しているようで。
What the dude, this is crazy. And the fact that their research is gaining any sort of traction and like that machine that she's talking about that she saw that talked to her is like, bro, it's like turning that shit into a religion for them now. Like, oh my god, we're this close. Yeah, but what if the doctor, I mean, he's already transplanting, he transplanted. He transplanted Hiriko into Kiriko. He could have made himself younger, could he have not? Or transferred himself to a younger body? I have a feeling they're gonna walk in on some shit that they don't want to see, or I don't know. Who knows, bro? Oh wow! We haven't seen her pull her hair up like that before. She has stitches on her forehead. You do realize you're standing naked right in front of him, right? I guess she's just so focused on what they're about to do, she didn't even care.
いやいや、そうじゃなくて。かし何かすっきりしない。なんだ。俺が考えないと。
Luna, you're the one that dropped the toy. Leave it alone.
こんな時に考 限って余計なことしか考えられない狭さ。
Oh my god, this guy. It's a constant battle within his own head.
今朝また大きなビルが一棟崩れました。猛毒と引き換えに手にした電気、便利。その結果、我々に残されたものは長い冬とただ朽ちていくだけの瓦礫の山じゃないか。
Interesting.
こんなものはいらんのじゃ。
So that, yeah, they're getting paid for this shit.
音すげえ盛り上がってんな。
今は連中のビルのそばでわめくことしかできないが、怪物が
This guy's a voice actor. I just realized who it is, and who I know it from is Giovanni from Fire Force.
怪物を
I
解き
knew it
放
was
つと
really
いう切り札がある
really
限り
familiar. It just took me a while to figure
我
out.
々の話に耳を貸すことはありません。では今日の手はずですが。
And Dr. Usami, I mean, he has people that are paying attention because those people noticed Maru and Haruki first from afar. So they might be closely paying attention to everything that's happening right now. They might know they're coming. These people.
あなた方を地下へ潜入させるための陽動です。
話は聞いてる。
Interesting. Okay, shit's turning up this episode. This episode's crazy. I wonder what they're gonna learn, or if we're gonna learn anything by the end of this episode. Unless they just see whatever they see, and then we're not gonna get any fucking answers until next episode. This is interesting. It's apparently a different doctor, but she's convinced or would like to think that it could be the doctor that she knows. Which I'm saying, if he was able to transport other people's consciousness to other people's bodies, why can't he do that with himself? You know what I'm saying? It might actually be him, but just like a different look. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Looks like a normal ass parking garage.
お姉ちゃん、早く逃げないと死ねない状態で体をバラバラにされるぞ。
空気より重いガスを使って僕らを眠らせて、それで地下なのか。
やばいよお姉ちゃん、早く出よう。
待った。あれはなんだ。
It looks like some sort of egg or something.
人食いがいてよかったってのも変だが、マルの心配は杞憂だったな。
I don't know, bro. Like this, it's starting to conflict. It's leading you somewhere, bro.
うわ、なんてこった。一匹じゃないのかよ。
It's leading you
まだいるか
somewhere.
もしれん。隅々までよく探せ。
You're falling into whatever trap this is, or whatever the fuck the doctor wants, like out of you. Like you're falling for it.
こうなってくると、じっとしてる分、逆に面倒だな。あの小さいのはこいつから増えたのか。
Oh man, it's just giving me such an uneasy feeling right now. Like the anticipation is going crazy.
死んだふりをして生き延びるんだ。
人間が2人ここに来たってことは、そのうち動き出すのかな。
Why would you say that? Why would you say that?
だかどうかはわからん。どこ行きやがった。
Hurry up and touch that big one and fucking destroy it, Maru. Like, what are we doing? It's coming through the floor?
動きが早い。気をつけろ、マル。
There's multiple, bro.
こいつら壁をすり抜けて。
What the fuck is going on? Where's Maru? What are we doing? What are we doing?
マル、逃げろ。マル。
Is it just going through the mater? Or is there just no more bullets? That's an actual arm. What the fuck is happening? What happened? She passed out? That was a dream? What the fuck was that then? Why did she start dreaming? What the fuck happened?
嘘だろ。幻覚を見せられてたのか。だってマルもやられちゃったと思ってたから。
Bro, What the fuck is going on, bro? That shit was so... Oh, man, I thought that was actually happening.
なんとも男らしくないことを言ってしまった。
あのでかいヒルコをじーっと見てた時に術にかけられたんだよ。きっと。
Okay, so when it did that blink, like it like kind of like flashed or like made this noise, and that's like what triggered the hallucination or the dream.
もっと頑張ろう。
That's why the gun wasn't working.
何もう一回しようとしてんだよ。バカか君は。誰
He
か来
just tried to go for a kiss out of nowhere. This guy's in a suit. He's got a gun. This has got to be the doctor.
他もう一人殺し助けてほしい人がいる。
お、
Hmm.
僕らにできることならまあ内容にもよるけど、じゃあ宇佐美医師ってのはいる？
That's him, is it not?
宇佐美なら俺だ。
Yeah.
誰も彼もどこも何も。
Okay, dude. Like, nah, bro. I don't know what this fuck is going on, dude. Like, this show is fucking crazy, bro. Like, I can't, dude. I can't, dude. Oh my god, this shit is insane, bro. This show is just fucking toying with my brain every time, bro. Oh. Alright guys, what another amazing episode of Heavenly Delusion. That was really good. That was probably one of the best episodes yet. And really got us into the fucking depths of this like immortal order or whatever. That's pretty much where we start from the episode. Is it seems they still have the map and they're still checking out all of these places because you can never be too sure. Obviously, some places are going to be traps, like the 100% safe water places that checked last episode, and some places you might actually find clues or stuff about anything, literally just anything. Like right now, like they're learning about some shit that we don't know about, we're not unsure of, we're unsure of, and then they're also unsure of. Like they're figuring it out, like we're figuring it out along with them. So right from the beginning of the episode, they get to this area, you know, on the map that says Immortal Order. So they're in this area and they're just kind of waiting for people to like make a move, come talk to them, whatever, because it's very quiet. So obviously they're paying, like, you know, people were paying close attention and they were just keeping their distance because they don't know who they are. So and it seems like that's what it's like in most places that you travel throughout Japan or wherever they're at. You know, it seems like that's what most places are like. They need to feel you out first. They need to see what your purpose is, what kind of, you know, they just need to watch for a little bit because you can't move too preemptively and too fast and just invite somebody in like with welcomed arms, you know, like it's like you're, you know, oh, this is like your home, like, oh my god, welcome, like, because they very well could be like bad people, you know what I'm saying? Like that could bite you in the fucking ass. So obviously they don't come and talk to them right away. And then whenever they get there during the day, they start making a sign that says we kill man-eaters, 2 million yen each. So they're trying to start making money off of this thing, and they're also, that was also their way of trying to get people to come out, or, you know, people to notice them and you know, get an idea of who they are. So they make the sign, they kind of just sit by it, they get their own food, they get some fish, they start eating that, they're sitting by the fire, they're like, okay, now it's just a waiting game. And basically that's when we kind of pan over to these people that are up along this bridge, you know, in this tall building. There's a bridge connecting two of the buildings, and they're basically like paying attention to them with a telescope, and they're like, these people are interesting. And it says on the sign it says they want to kill they can kill man-eaters. Like, what the fuck's going on here? And then so sure enough, we see them go into this lab or doctor room and talk to this Dr. Usami behind the curtain that we can't see during the, you know, this beginning of the episode, and basically just tells them, hey, there's these strange, you know, two people out in the street and they say they can kill man-eaters, and like he's like, go get them. So what if this group that Haruki and Maru just met are actually with the Immortal Order? They're just doing such a good job of like, you know, like they're doing such a good job of like making them come in, like like getting them to do what they want, you know what I'm saying? And that's how easy they got them into this like basement garage in the first place. So I don't think so, because it seems like they are pretty, like, you know, against the whole machine thing, and this is what Dr. Usami's thing is that, like, they, like, you know, they're these doctors, and it's not just Dr. Usami. It very well could be the doctor that she, like, Haruki's looking for. That's what I think. And because if you're able to transfer someone's consciousness or soul to another person's body, why couldn't you do that for yourself? So if you did that for yourself, that would explain why you're younger. And why you have, you know, you have someone else's body now. That's why you look fucking different. You're in someone else's body. Just like, that's Haruki, right? But it looks like Kiriko. You don't know the fucking difference, bro. Whenever you see that person, you're like, oh, Kiriko, you're a girl? Nice to meet you. You're so pretty. But that's really Haruki, bro. So I feel like that could very well happen to the doctor that he's looking for as well. Like, he can do it to himself or something if he wanted to. But that's up for another discussion. We don't know if that's the case or not, and if we will get that answer anytime soon. So it very well could be two separate doctors, and Dr. Usami, you know, it seems like we're getting a common theme of there's a bunch of independent doctors throughout wherever, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, say the doctor that Haruki's looking for is a separate doctor, Dr. Usami, separate doctor. Like, they're kind of lone wolves, and they all do their own sort of experimentation and stuff on humans and possibly even man-eaters, a combination of both, you know what I'm saying? To figure out their own goals and see what is possible. Like, they're really pushing the boundaries because this is lawless now. Ever since the collapse, there's no laws stopping you from doing this experiment. You know what I'm saying? Like, whereas before, if you were in a normal world, people would be like, nah, this is unethical, it's inhumane, like, nah, fuck no, like, you gotta stop, like, or you're getting arrested, or, you know, you're losing your license, you'll never be a doctor again, blah, 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 blah. But since it's lawless, these doctors have a chance to be able to do what they want and experiment how they want to and learn all of the information that they want. Whereas normally you wouldn't be able to do that because of the inhumane, you know, aspects to it and stuff. So anyways, they start talking to this group that is very against the Immortal Order, and they basically propose, like, okay, they have a man-eater in the basement, will you kill it for us? And they kind of learn a little bit more about the Immortal Order and Dr. Usami and how they've been experimenting on humans for a while, and, like, a lot of people come to the hospital for treatment, but really you just lose your body parts. You know what I'm saying? Like, she had some injury on her leg, the leader of this group that they were talking to, she had some injury on her leg, and they ended up amputating her leg. And, you know, that's why she has like a metal piece now. And so, you know, it seems that she didn't really need to have the leg amputated, but they did it anyway because that was his own agenda, and it's probably what the combination of all those parts are in that fucking room that she saw. Because she said she saw through the curtain, it was a combination of all different human body parts separated, and it should be completely past, like, human survival, but that thing talked to her. And I know this show is pretty lighthearted, and the interactions between Maru and Haruki are so adorable, and, like, they meld together so well, even though they have this awkwardness between, like, Haruki, is a guy, really, but isn't in a girl's body, could possibly be feeling for Maru at times, but yeah, we're not really sure. Maru is struggling with getting that idea through his head because he still always sees just Kiriko as Kiriko in front of him as a girl, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, he still likes her, even though they've already explained their situation. Like, it's such a good feeling just, like, being around, like, they just have such good energy, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's so funny to, like, travel with them, and they get along so well. So that's what's really cool about this show, is because it's just like a feel good, you know what I'm saying, with them. And then, like, as you learn the information along the way, like that, for example, whenever she was explaining that she saw this fucking thing and it talked to her and it was completely dismembered and shit, and it sounded like the amount of fear that I felt right there, like, it just was creepy, like, super creepy, like it just made me, like, I don't know, like, it gave me goosebumps because it was just so disturbing. That's what I'm trying to get at. It was very disturbing, and you know, that's what she explains that she saw, and then that's kind of like what all the information they learned from them, and then, like, they kind of prepare for, you know, them going to destroy or kill this man-eater that's in the basement. And then so they get down there, and they kind of, you know, set up the whole thing where, like, you know, there's gonna be a distraction because most of us are gonna be rioting or you know, whatever, doing their thing to gain most of the, you know, people's attention, and then they're gonna sneak them into the back, which the guard for the back door to the basement, which is a garage, is a part of their group. So like he's in on it, and so that's how they get down there. And then all of a sudden it hits Morrow like, you know what? I've been thinking like this could be a trap. Like this could be like the same sort of setup that we dealt with at the 100% safe water place, because like, you know what I'm saying, like what if they want to experiment on us? You know what I'm saying? Like it just hit him all of a sudden, and now it starts getting you worried, and it's like, oh fuck, here we fucking go. But then sure enough, they start seeing pieces of this man-eater slowly but surely, and I was like, damn, it's leading you somewhere. That's what it felt like to me. Like it's leading you somewhere. And then sure enough, they get to the actual big piece of the man-eater, and I was like, all right, kill it right away. And then once I heard that sound, it didn't click for me right away. Obviously, it's not supposed to, but like that's where it triggered the hallucination in Haruki, where, you know, you start seeing these man-eaters and they're moving through the floor, the walls. There's just a shit ton of them. Morrow's not responding because usually he's pretty badass. He's pretty capable. He just fucking gets like just submitted right away. It's like, okay, that's weird. Is this really happening right now? Like I was just genuinely shocked. And then Haruki, you know, Kiriko, whatever, gets his arm eaten, you know, part of his foot. I was like, yo, this is crazy. Like what the fuck is happening? And then sure enough, he wakes up from Maru like giving CPR or what the fuck ever, because yeah, sure enough, that was what triggered the hallucination. You heard that like sound and you saw that glow in that man-eater. I guess if you were looking at it or you were even able to hear it, I don't know how Maru didn't get hallucinated. I guess he just, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Maybe you have to look at it. I don't know. And maybe he wasn't looking at it, and so, or maybe because he's special, because he has the properties that he does. You know, with the borrowed touch, physical enhancement, blah 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 blah. You know, maybe that's why. I'm not really sure, but he didn't get, you know, he didn't fall under hallucination like Haruki. Saved her, gets her out of it. It's like, oh my god, thank god, it was just a dream, hallucination, whatever the fuck. It's like, holy shit, thank god. And then that's where fucking Dr. Usami reveals himself after Morrow actually destroys the whole like big man-eater. And he's in a nice ass suit. He's got a little, you know, eye patch, and he's got a gun. And he comes up and he seems like he's thrilled. Like he actually looks at this man-eater. He's like, is it actually dead? And he starts laughing. It seems like he wanted this to or he's surprised that this is even happening, and is, you know, intrigued by it, and is like actually like thankful. You know what I'm saying? Like it seems like he is surprised that this is possible, and that he's like, oh yeah, I could use you too. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what it seems like to me so far. And he's like, I have something else that I want y'all to kill. And then obviously Haruki's like, oh well, it depends on what you're asking. And you know, then I think she asks, like, you know, do you know where Dr. Usami is? Like, you're part of the Immortal Order, aren't you? And he's basically saying like, I don't remember it being called that, but I've heard something like that. You know what I'm saying? So who knows like what the fuck this guy actually, his deal actually is. But he's revealed himself to them too, and we're seeing him in the flesh. So like, what does he want them to kill? Is it the machine? Is it the machine like thing that he made that has all the dismembered body parts and is using like AI or robot technology? Dude, I don't fucking know, because basically that, like, whenever they were talking to that group of people earlier, it was like these doctors, like some of them, who knows? They're obviously, because it's lawless, they're all going off their own agenda. So some might be experimenting with man-eaters in humans, you know what I'm saying? Like kind of like how the doctor that Hiroki is looking for, that's what he's experimenting in. This guy seems like, from what we've heard so far from the group of people that they talk to, he's experimenting with humans and machinery or robots, technology, AI, whatever you want to call it, to, from what that guy was explaining is like, he's experimenting to see if he can, because his theory is that you can transfer your brain, whatever, like your consciousness, whatever, your brain waves, brain stem cells, whatever, your brain to a robot, and that, in sense, you've achieved immortality, right? That's his theory, and so that's why he's experimenting with this machinery in humans. And so that's what seems like his goal is from the outside looking in, because we're getting this information indirectly, not from him. We're getting it from somebody else. So we definitely see that, you know, there's there's doctors out here that are lone wolves and they have their own agendas and they're going to experiment and it's kind of like just like trial and error, classic science, but with no limitations because they're experimenting on humans and whatever, you know, theory or thing they're trying to prove. So it's very interesting stuff, and it's really disturbing actually. Especially whenever she was explaining how she saw that dismembered mess of a human and somehow it's still alive, and it spoke to her. Like, that was very disturbing, and I loved it. I loved it. Like, I can't wait to learn more. So I think that's all my brainstorming for now. That was quite the interesting episode. We didn't see any more of the Heaven Place at all in Tokyo, and you know, it was a drastic change compared to most of the episodes because we're actually getting into some interesting stuff with Haruki and Maru and their journey here to the Immortal Order. And so hopefully we actually learn what, you know, Dr. Usami's actual agenda is next episode, and more about him and more about this place all in all. And then maybe that gives us clues to the Heaven Place, and then also just like maybe even Maru and Haruki's situation in general. You know what I'm saying? Like, because this is a doctor, like he could very well know about some of the stuff like that they've experienced through experimentation, because he experiments on stuff himself, on humans himself. You know, because both of them are special. Haruki in the sense that he's in his sister's body, and that happened because of the doctor's experimentation with humans and man-eaters. So who knows how it was actually done, but Dr. Usami could know something about that. And then also Maru, just in the special traits that he has, the ability that he has, you know, we might learn some stuff. So I'm very excited for next episode. That was probably one of the best episodes yet. I enjoyed every second of it. And yeah, that's going to do it for me. So if you guys enjoyed it, please leave a like down below. Comment, let me know what you guys think. Where's your mind at? My shit is all over the place, but that's what it's supposed to be for this show. And subscribe if you're new, and hit the notification bell so you know the next one's dropping. I'll see you on the next one. Y'all be good. Deuces.